Hi, my name's Anita Saalfeld. I'll be your instructor for Spanish 1110 online at Metropolitan Community College this summer. The purpose of this video is to go over what you need to know about the online class to be able to be successful. Okay, so starting, you need to know about two sites. You need to know about Blackboard. If you found this video, you've already found Blackboard, so well done you. And my Spanish lab, which is where you'll be doing the bulk of the work. So let's start with Blackboard. We'll just do a little bit of tour. I'm not going to open that there. I already have it pulled up here. Okay, so here is our course. There's an announcements page. That's what will come up as soon as you enter our course. Right now there's a brief, not brief, I guess it's kind of extensive, a message about the course, welcoming you, telling you what you need to know. This video is also doing the same thing in a different way for the people who like to watch videos instead of read. Okay, so announcements, if there's any important information, that's where I'll put it. I will also email it out to you in the announcement, so if there's something you really need to know. But that brings me to the first important point, which is that you need to check your Metro email, because that's where Blackboard stuff goes. And so if you're not checking that, then you may not be getting important information from me if there's important information that I need to send out. That kind of thing would include outages if my Spanish lab is down. Happens occasionally, not a lot, but occasionally, and it's always good so you know, like if you log in and you're freaking out and you're, oh no, it's down, I can't do this, and I've got an assignment due. Well, if the odds are that somebody's already reported it, and that I've sent out an email saying, I've gotten reports that it's down, don't need to worry about it, chill, we'll adjust the due date or whatever. Okay, so syllabus and course info's here. Let's just pull up this syllabus. You can go over that at your leisure. I'm not going to read it to you. My sister had a professor in an online class that did that, and I frankly can't think of anything more boring. Okay, so you can read this. The important thing that I want you to know, okay, here's the setup of the class. Participation is 20%, which means that there's discussion board postings online, there's recorded assignments that you have to do online, and then your homework is the student activities manual and compositions. There are 5 tests, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the final, which is slightly longer. And that's how you're graded in the course. Okay, there's the grading scale. And then if you want to kind of skip. Okay, here's the schedule. This is what you need to know. We will do Chapter 1 in weeks 1 and 2, Chapter 2 in weeks 3 and 4, Chapter 3 in weeks 5 and 6, Chapter 4 in weeks 7 and 8, and Chapter 5 in weeks 9 and 10. The due dates will actually be posted in my Spanish lab, so you can see exactly what day they're due there, except for the tests, which the dates are here. They're open during these dates. So you can see the specific dates in my Spanish lab. The other important thing to note, go back a little bit, sorry, I'm not making you sick, as the late homework policy. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. I really did not think it would take this long to find it. I'm going to have to redo this video. Oh, here it is, late work. Late work will be accepted only up to 1 week late, doesn't include exams, and it does not apply to the final week's assignments because I have to have the grades in less than a week after the last assignment is due. Okay, so as long as you turn it in within a week, you can get then you can get credit for it. So whatever the deadline is, you have a week after that. After that, then it's just a 0. Okay. So that's late homework. Those are the important things that you need to know about the syllabus. Again, you can read it at your leisure. Okay. I'm on my porch, so there's a little bit of noise here. That's okay. It's a nice day. So the lessons in here, most of the lessons actually are in my Spanish lab. But you should start here. Let me turn edit mode off so that I actually open it and give you the student view here. This sort of gives you what you need to do in addition to this video, so if you forget, you can go here and look at this. And then each lesson has the objectives for the lesson, so you can see what you're supposed to be able to do by the end of the lesson. And then there's a little, there's a handout, I'm not going to download it, but you can download it. That kind of goes over the main grammar points for that. And then the link goes over to my Spanish lab where you need to complete all of your homework. Okay. I also put a link to my Spanish lab here, so if you don't want to go there, you can just click that and easily get to my Spanish lab, hopefully make it a little bit easier to navigate. Then here, all sorts of fun. You've already been here because you found this video. So I will be working on videos that accompany the content for this course. So I know that people learn in different ways, and I'm a reader. I prefer to read, but I know a lot of people prefer to watch videos. And actually it kind of depends. Like if I were trying to crochet, learn to crochet, which I want to do, I would watch a video because I really cannot understand people's descriptions or reading. Or when I try to sew and you're reading the description of how you put this, like, nope, I need pictures or video or something. I cannot understand when people try. So I guess it kind of depends on what you're trying to explain. So the point is, I'm making these videos. They're going to be here in case that's more useful to you than reading and that kind of thing. Okay, so if you want to contact me, you can use this link that gives you my email address and my other contact information. I have a Google Voice phone number. It sends a voicemail to my email inbox. You can also text me. Just remember to identify yourself so I know who I'm talking to. That's fine. I don't answer my Google Voice number because it's the number that I give out to businesses, so they don't call my cell phone. So I never answer it. You will most likely not get me if you call my Google Voice number, but if you leave me a message, then I'll call you right back if I'm not busy. Okay, so that's my contact information, a little bit more about me. Then if you want to send email, you can go here. You can email other people in the class. I'm not sure what your view has, so I'm not sure how many people you can email from this link. If you want to check email, this will take you to your Metro email login. And then if you want to check your grades, you can click here. Okay, so that is Blackboard, the very brief and fast tour. Okay, this is my Spanish lab. I am in the student view, so this should be what you see when you get into my Spanish lab. The first thing here is you'll have instructor comments. If I've commented, left feedback on an assignment, then you'll have a little notification here. That said, it doesn't tend to be accurate in terms of reporting new feedback. So I'll go in and look and it'll say that I have 800 gazillion student responses left to grade, and I've graded them all. So it doesn't really update how many there are. So you may log in and say, I've seen all the feedback. There's nothing else here, but it's still telling me I have feedback. Well, that's just my Spanish lab. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so here's an introduction. This is basically the same introduction that's in Blackboard. The important things to know are where to find your homework. Okay, so let's click on assignments. There's two ways. Uh-oh, did we log me out? It shouldn't do that, just in case you were wondering. There we go, that's what it's supposed to do. So that'll bring up the assignments calendar, or you can go to course materials. We're going to talk about the assignments calendar in just a minute. Okay, so under course materials, you can open this up for each chapter, and just briefly, the readiness check is mostly grammar stuff in English. So if you're like, I don't really know what this is talking about, and it's been forever and ever and ever since I've had any grammar instruction in English, so I don't even know this about English, this would be a good place to start. If you want to, right? You don't have to do this. For some people it might be helpful, for others it's not going to be helpful at all. The bulk of the instruction is going to be here. This has the actual content for the class, so if you open it up, let's open it and have a look-see. Here's the vocab and here's the grammar, and these are interactive tutorials that you can use. Let's just open one and see if it works. Sometimes when I open from student view it does not work for me. Okay, so click the photo to hear the Spanish pronunciation and see how it's written. I'll get my sound off. Let's try that again.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Okay, so that's the tutorials. That's where the bulk of the instruction is going to be at. All right, so where that's at, then your assignments. Your assignments are in these folders: oral assignments, student activities manual, and videos, discussions, and compositions. Okay, so your oral assignments, there's going to be one every week, and what you have to do is you have to be able to record. So if your computer does not have a built-in microphone, you will need to buy a microphone. You can buy them for around $10, Walmart, Amazon, whatever. So you're going to need to record this assignment for each week. Okay. So that's the oral assignments. The student activities manual is where you're going to spend the bulk of your time, and they're divided by week. So you have all these. Yes, there are a lot. There are a lot, okay? Because it's an all online class, so don't underestimate it. Okay, that's where you spend most of your time. And then for every chapter, you will have 2 discussion board postings and 1 composition, okay? And an exam also contains a composition, okay? So each week you'll have this discussion board posting, and then every other week then you'll have an actual composition based on the content of the course. All right, so if you don't like navigating all the folders and all that, what can you do? Well, you can go to the course calendar, which will show you when things are due. Now, I haven't gotten all the due dates in yet, so I did not actually do anything on that. I'm not sure why it says it's completed. I didn't write anything. Oh, I've started it. Okay, so take note. It might tell you that you've completed something that you haven't. The directions are apparently collapsed by default, so you might need to expand them, like I just did there, right? They're the discussion board, but what am I supposed to write? Excellent. I have no idea. Expand the directions to see that, okay? And then you're going to write a brief paragraph, at least 150 words, introducing yourself to your classmates. You're going to include such things as where you're from, your area of study, your hobbies, interests, etc. And then you also need to make sure to post and respond to at least 2 other students. Now this is important, especially online, because this is an online class, so you don't get the normal bonding that you would get in a face-to-face class. Now if you're an introvert like me, you might think, hey, I don't want to bond. I just want to get this class done and not worry about it. But it is important to interact with people, and they have research showing that the more interaction you have, the more likely you are to be successful in these courses because you have like strong social supports and stuff. Okay, so this is where the discussion board is. You need to post a response, and very important, your first assignment is to do this post, and you must do it by the 10th day, okay, the census date. If it is not done by the 10th day, then I do not have any choice. I have to drop you from the class, okay? That's a college policy, so make sure that you get this done by the due date, which is the 8th, right? Yes. And then you will not be dropped from the course. Okay, so back to today's view. You'll be able to just click on the days. You'll be able to see all these little days with a clock. That's when the assignments are due. There'll be more of them, but that's how you can tell when you've got something due. The biggest thing is don't underestimate the student activities manual things. They take a while. The more experience you've had with Spanish, the easier they are. But if you're a new beginner and you're doing this, it could take you a while. Okay, so make sure you reserve adequate time. Okay, I think, oh no, that's not it. I have to, here we go, talk about the course code. Okay, so there's 2 codes that you need. You need the book code, which you have to buy. You can buy it online directly from Pearson. You can go to the bookstore and buy it from the bookstore, or buy it with a book from the bookstore. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a hard copy of the book if you don't want to. That's up to you. But you have to buy that code, and that's what gets you access to the publisher content. The other code you need is this code right here, which I'm not going to say because you can read it, and it's also in Blackboard in the announcements with the syllabus. And that's the code that you need to enroll in my section of the course, so I can see what you're doing and give you credit and give you a grade for the class. So you need those 2 codes, the one you buy and the one that I provided you to enroll in the class. Okay, so your homework is first enrolling in the online workbook. Make sure that you buy the course code and you can get into my Spanish lab. And then you need to complete the first discussion board posting on my Spanish lab. Okay, remember you have a week from the due date, because you have a week's grace period on all assignments, so technically the latest would be the 15th, but I would prefer if you would do it by the 8th, the originally assigned due date, because it is very, very, very easy to get behind, especially since this is an online class. So the more you can stay caught up at the beginning, the less crazy it gets towards the end when you might get busy. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'm looking forward to working with you this quarter.